Hello, everyone. Today we're starting chapter 10, and today we're going to talk about dot plots and histograms. So, quantitative data on a single variable is often collected in order to understand how a characteristic of a group differs amongst the group members or between groups. When we ask a question like, how old is a typical fast food worker? It's helpful to take a survey and then graphically how the ages differ amongst the group. So, Charlie's Food Factory currently employs 28 workers whose ages are shown below on a dot plot. Answer the following questions. So, how many employees are 18? So, we look at our dot plot, and this is where we're 18. And so there are 4 dots. So that means there are 4 employees who are 18. What is the range of the workers? So the range is the oldest, which is 42, minus youngest, which is 16. So the range is 26. How would you consider this symmetric? So if we look at it, does it appear as though like it's evenly split? And I would say no. The mean, the average age for the worker is 22 years old. Why is the average not representative of the typical worker? And that's because 22 is older than the majority. Most of our workers are down here in this 16 to 21, and 22 is older than that. It's thrown off by these couple of very high data points. So example 3. The following histogram shows the ages of the workers at Charlie's Food Factory from exercise 1. So we made a histogram. So I want to point out that a histogram is a bar graph, but the bars touch. How many workers have ages between 19 and 21? So we go to the 19 to 21 bar and go up, and that would be 11. What is the disadvantage of a histogram compared to a dot plot? Well, in our dot plot, we could see individual ages. Our histogram is ranges, so not individual data points. Does the histogram have any advantages? Yes, it's fewer data points to look at to see trends, because we can still clearly see that the majority of our workers are under 22. So exercise 4. The 2006-2007 Arlington High School varsity boys basketball team had an excellent season, complying a record of 15 wins, 5 losses. The total points scored of the team for each of the 20 games are listed below in order in which the games were played. Complete the frequency table. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at each of the data points. So 76 is between 70 and 79. So we put a tally point. So I want you, and then our frequency is just the total of the tallies. So I want you to pause and complete the tallies and the frequency. So you can see that I completed the tallies and the frequency. Your frequency should have the 40 to 49 is 3, 50 to 59 is 8, 60 to 69 is 6, 70 to 79 is 2, 80 to 89 is 0, and 90 to 99 is 1. Notice that the size of all my ranges are equal, and that's a must. So now to construct a histogram. Whenever we construct a histogram, our frequency is always on the y-axis. Our ranges are on the x-axis. Now where they intersect, where your x and your y-axes intersect, is always 0. So in this case, since our scores do not start into 40, we're going to do a break. Your bar should only touch the y-axis when it's began at 0. So I'm going to go 40, and then I'm going to do threes. 50, 60, 70. Actually, I'm not going to do threes because it doesn't fit. So I'm going to do two bars, or 2 boxes. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So 40 to 49 is the bar that goes from 40 to 50. And I'm just going to go by ones on my y-axis. So that bar needs to go up to 3. I'm just shading it in so you can see it better. 50 to 59 needs to go up to 8. Notice my bars are all the same width and they all touch. 60 to 69 goes up to 6. 70 to 79 is only 2. There is no bar 80 to 89, and then 90 to 99 is 1. Now, I labeled my axes going by tens. If you would like, instead of doing that, you could have labeled this to be 40 to 49, and then this to be 50 to 59, and so forth. That's completely acceptable as well. And that's how I make a histogram. I should give it a title. It should be points scored. Per game. And then this is a points. So I label both my axes, give it a title. All right, example 5. Local marketing company did a survey of 30 households to determine how many devices the household contained that family members watch video on: TVs, tablets, smartphones, etc. The dot plot of responses is shown below. How many households have 3 devices? So I want you to pause and I want you to answer question 1 and 2 and come back and check. So number 1 is 5 because I go to the 3 and I count and there's 5 dots. 4 devices, so that's 8 out of the 30. And so that's 27%. So that's our end of our video. If you have any questions, please ask me tomorrow in class.